Hi guys, in this video we'll talk about singleton design pattern. So first of all, this is a creational design pattern. That means it is associated to the object creation handling in JVM. The main aim of this singleton pattern is to ensure that we have only one instance or object of that particular class in JVM, and we want to then provide global access to that instance. And what are the ways to achieve it? So we are discussing two ways to achieve it: early initialization and lazy initialization. So we will be looking at some examples in Java which will be covering this. So let's see. So first of all, I'll talk about early initialization in Java. So a basic rule of thumb in all these classes, we will have the constructor as private so that we do not allow multiple instances in the JVM. So as you can see in this class, I have a private constructor so that it cannot be used to create multiple objects. And I have one method which is known as getInstance method. And here I am returning an object of this class. And this object I have created in the class itself outside of any function or any constructor. So this field is a class level field. So it is also known, this creation is also known as the early initialization, because whenever this class get instance will be called, before even that we have that object in the memory. So this will be okay for the classes which are relatively smaller, but in the case we have a class which has many variables or objects, creating an instance beforehand can be a problem. So early initialization is basically when we are going to create the object even before it is being utilized, as you can see. Now in lazy initialization, the other option when we want to create an object only when it is being called is the lazy initialization. Here you can see the constructor is private, so this is rule of thumb for creating any singleton pattern. In the getInstance method, we are going to create an instance of this class. As you can see in this line number 18, I have created an instance of the class in the getInstance method. So what will happen is when this method is called, only then an object will be created in the heap. So what that means is beforehand there will be no objects in JVM. So once the first time this is created, the second time this method is called, we will get a reference to that object. So that is why we check if the instance is null, that means it is not in place. So these are basically the two methods to implement singleton. So these two methods have some problems when we have a multi-threaded environment, and that I will be addressing in the next video.